Y'all, this is so fulfilling. The one thing I didn't do is put a couple tablespoons of vinegar in the water on the outside of the jars. And that's why there's this white film, because I don't use filtered water on the outside of the jars. I use regular city water, and it's just full of fluoride and all kinds of metals and stuff. So I'll have to wipe these jars down with some vinegar. But I got 2, 4, 6, 7 pints of beans, and they have all sealed. I've listened and they've all sealed. So I'm excited. Now, I had too much going on to film the process, but what I did was I got one of these big kettles and I put it in my sink and I filled it with stewed tomatoes and a can of Rotel, and I think that was all. And then I had hamburger, and I had hamburger cooked, a pound, and then I had a pound of stew meat raw, an onion and a half, a large onion and a half, and about a cup and a half of fresh chopped celery, including the leaves. And I took all my spices that I showed you earlier and I spiced the tomato mixture. So then I got my jars out, and I think there's 5 quarts. And I put the meat in the bottom. The hamburger only did 2 quarts. Yeah, 2 quarts. And the stew meat did 3. So there's 5 altogether, that's right. So I put the meat in the bottom, and then I put a big handful of onions in each jar. Then I put 2 tablespoons or so. I just divided what celery I had into the 5 jars. And then, seems like I'm missing something I put in there. No, I think that was all for the veggies. Then I took my ladle and I took my tomato sauce and I ladled all the jars to almost full. Then I took the original V8 juice and filled my jars. Then I debubbled them, and if there was any that lowered, which they will because that meat takes up air space. So when you put liquid in there and then you debubble, it goes down. I used the V8 juice to fill that to the top. And I did all of this cold, room temperature actually. And then I put room temperature lids and rings on. I put them in a room temperature water bath filled to the line, 3 quarts. And then I closed everything up and started this magical machine. I love this thing. If you want to can, and you've always been intimidated by a pressure canner, you don't have to conquer your fear. Just go get one of these. I don't remember how much it was. I want to say it was $300, but I think I ordered this one from Amazon. Ace Hardware says they have it on their website, but our local one didn't have it. But if you can find somewhere that'll, like Pennies, they always run that 20% off. That would be a good chunk of change. Kohl's, I think, carries them. I can't think of anywhere else that might, but maybe the Farm and Ranch stores. But I have a brand new stovetop pressure cooker in the box. I'll probably never open. Why would I? Because this is so easy. So I'll get 5 quarts and 7 pints done today, and then that's about all I've got energy for. But the idea is, and I got this idea from the gal at Rose Red Homestead, that's the name. Go check out her channel, go to her playlist, and go to canning. She tells you all about this. And I got this mixed idea from her. I was gonna just make a great big pot of chili and then can it. But she does her separate like this, and I love that idea because that way, if I just want to have beans like you get in the restaurant, you know, what do they call them, barrio? I know that means river, I don't know. But anyway, they're delicious, and they come in a little cup, and they're just beans, spiced beans. If I want to do that, I could turn these into barbecue beans. I could turn them into baked beans with some molasses and brown sugar and some fresh onion. So I like this separate idea. So when we decide we want chili, we'll go downstairs in the pantry and we'll get a quart of the sauce mix, which is what's in here now, without beans but with meat, and a jar of beans. So that's the plan. The first time we do it and mix it and eat it, I'll try to remember to do a video so I can see, so y'all can see if the spice is right or the thickness is right. And oh, I was gonna show you. When I put together, I had some extra beans left over, and so I went and got a pound of burger, and what else? A couple tablespoons of fresh celery. I like celery in my chili. And a can of stewed tomatoes, and just a jar of green chilies. And I put the same spices in. This is gonna have more burger than the mixture that I'm canning, but it was not tomatoey enough. So remember those tomato ends and peels and stuff that I dehydrated and then put in my grinder, and my coffee grinder, and ground them up? I put about 2 tablespoons or better in here. Voila. I don't have to have the volume, and I added tomatoes and that tomato flavor. The one thing this is missing is salt. We are trying to not salt everything, and I can tell because I'm a salt freak. I love salt, but I'm not gonna salt it. We're gonna salt our own if we have to have it. But I like homemade bread and butter with my chili, so I'm hoping that the bread and butter will give me enough salt. I don't know, but anyway, it worked out great, and I have dinner tonight. Love you guys. Let's all take care of each other. Bye.